Hey, Shao here, real estate in the greater Boston area. Today I want to talk about some of the common pitfalls that I see with people who have told me they want to buy a house, but they don't know what to do next, or unfortunately they can't buy a house yet. So let's talk about some of the things that I've run into when I'm talking to a customer about wanting to buy a house. The first thing is not having credit. So if you're looking to buy a house and besides paying with cash, which is the easiest option, most of us need to get a mortgage or a loan to purchase the home. If you don't have a credit history or a credit score, a lender is going to have a really hard time qualifying you for a loan. So the first thing you need to do is build up a credit score. All right. Another thing that I see is not filing your taxes. So if you are earning income, you need to file your taxes. If the lender is looking for documentation and they're asking for your tax forms and you don't have anything filed, they're also not going to be able to qualify you, unfortunately, to buy a house. So definitely file your taxes. Make sure you have good credit. All right, and earning income. So there are many different ways of earning income, but what lenders are looking for is being able to source that income. If you're in between jobs or you're retired or your income doesn't have a way to be sourced, it's going to be a really hard time for you to get a mortgage as well. So you need to have some income source that's easily trackable or traceable from the lender's perspective. And the last thing is having money set aside for a down payment. Most lenders these days will need you to put some amount of money down as a deposit or down payment to purchase the home. We're not seeing a lot of 0% downs anymore. Minimum at least 3% down, closer to 3 to 5% down. And if you get close to 20% down, you can avoid paying what's called PMI, private mortgage insurance, for most purchases. So make sure you have money saved up for that down payment if you're looking to buy a house. All right, and then after that is done, if you're able to avoid those pitfalls, then the last thing you just need to think about and consider is how much you can afford. So oftentimes people will come to me and say, Will, I want to buy this house, but they don't know how much, if they can afford it. They don't know if they can get the mortgage from the lender. So the last step is to talk to a mortgage lender and get what's called a pre-approval. So the lender is going to be compiling all this information, get your credit score, find out what your income is, find out what debts you have. And based on all that information, they're going to calculate exactly how much you can afford or how much they are willing to lend you. So that's the final step. Once you have a pre-approval from your lender, once the lender has basically checked you out with a couple of things, then they'll be able to qualify you and say, hey, you're ready to purchase a house up to this amount. And that's when you and I, we can have that conversation and I can talk to you about the buying process and the search process, and we can get into that. So keep that in mind if you're looking to buy a house. There's a couple of things you need to plan out and do ahead of time. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya.